Welcome back to another piano lesson with Warren Gear Review. Today we're going to take a look at the Longeye 88-key digital piano. This is a piano for beginners, and today I'm going to cover some of the important features and talk about this, amazing keyboard actually for beginners. And I'm going to talk about some user case in where a piano like this or a digital keyboard like this can come in handy. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Longeye 88-key digital piano. Let's talk about some of the features, because when you look at it, it's a fairly simple board, but it can actually do quite a bit of things. So that's what I'm going to cover in this for you. Now, when you get the keyboard, what you actually get in the box is you get a traveling case, because this keyboard is really designed for people who also want to travel. So you get a traveling case that you can just throw across your back like a backpack. It's a very, very light keyboard. I think it's safe to say it's less than 20 pounds. So you can just put it in that backpack, put it across your back, so you have that nice traveling case. It also comes with the stand. So once you assemble the stand, you have a nice stand that you can then disassemble and travel with, or you can just travel without the stand. It comes with a charging cable, because this keyboard, again, because it's a traveling board, you charge it and the charge lasts up to 5 hours. You can charge the keyboard and you have power for up to 5 hours, which is super convenient. It also comes with a sustain pedal, and it comes with these little headphones. So again, if you want to be able to practice somewhere in public, but without disturbing anyone, you can travel with these little headphones that it comes with. And then over here, it just comes with some sort of like introductory stuff about musical notes and stuff like that. Now, this keyboard is a beginner board in terms of the features, but beginner could be someone who is a child, someone who's a teen, or someone who is an adult. And for guys who do like truck driving, they're gone for days at a time, who want to be able to keep up on their piano skills, this keyboard comes in handy because it's light, it's narrow, it's portable. Like I said, you have 5 hours of power. So you could potentially charge this and have it for days on out, practicing. Whip it out. When you finish, you put it back. You're going camping for a day or two and you want to be able to get some practicing in, this keyboard comes in handy. So in any situation where you want to be able to practice and play this keyboard outside of a power source, it comes in handy. Because like I said, you get 5 hours of charge once you charge it. And it's recommended that you charge it for about 3 hours the first time. And, it gives you 5 hours of use if you're playing it consistently for 5 hours. So most people aren't doing that. You're probably playing 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there. So you can really get a lot of mileage out of this keyboard. It also comes with a stand. So you can put your iPad, your sheet music, or whatever you're working with right there on the stand. So those are the things that it comes with. Now let's take a look at the onboard system. So right out the gate, this button right here is your power button. And then you see the plus or minus. The default setting for the plus or minus is to control the volume. So right now, my max volume is 15. But then I can go all the way down to, let's see what 1 sounds like. So that's what 1 sounds like. I'm just going to pull it back up to 15. Then beside the volume button, plus or minus, you have the settings. Then you have record, right? So you can record yourself and then hit the button and it plays back what you play. Around the back of the keyboard, it comes with some connections. So you have a sustain pedal slot and you have your charging cable slot, and that just uses a USB-C charging cable, and all of that just comes with the keyboard when you purchase it. It also have an MP3 slot. So if you want to be able to play music through the onboard speakers of the keyboard, you can do that. You'd need an 8-inch cable. Once you connect that to the MP3 slot, you can play music through the keyboard. It also comes with a mic slot. So again, if you have a microphone singing, you can connect it. But again, you would need to make sure that your connection mic is an 8-inch connection. And there are a bunch of adapters you can purchase to be able to facilitate that. And the other connection is the headphone slot where you can use the headphones. Now you can use any headphones with this. You just have to make sure that the end is an 8-inch connection. And there's adapters for that if you only have a 1/4-inch connection. So those are the features on the back of the keyboard. Now let's talk about some of the functions, because like I said, there's not a lot of button here, but we can gain what we call second functions by doing some onboard sort of gymnastics, or they call them the compound function keys. And the way you access that compound function key is via this settings button. So if we go to the far left of the keyboard, A2 is designated for tone, and tone is just how you change the keyboard from the different sound. The default sound is piano, but you actually have 127 different sounds and sound effect, or I should say different piano tones or keyboard tones and sound effects, right? Different instruments, from trumpet, trombone, tuba, different types of piano, Rhodes, strings, all wind instruments and brass instruments, and sound effects. So up to 127, and you'd access that once you hit the second function, tone, which is the A2, gives you all of that. If we come up to B2, then that controls all the rhythm, and you have about 127 different rhythm patterns as well. So that is cool. If we keep going, now we're up to C1, and C1 control chords. So once you're playing a beat, you can control press a single note and it plays a chord for you. And I'm going to demonstrate that in a bit. Now, once we go to C sharp 1, this controls the metronome. And then D1 controls the volume. E flat 2, so plus and minus. So that's the different volume of, so like the beats and stuff like that, you want to be able to control the volume. Then we have the transpose button, which is E2, so you can transpose a different key. And this is plus or minus with the F1 and the E1, plus or minus transpose button. And then you have the tempo, you can control the tempo of the backing track or the play along demo songs with F sharp 1 and G2 or G1. Then you have velocity switch. You can split the keyboard with A1 and A sharp 1. And the drum kit is B1. And then sustain, you can use to sustain like chords and stuff with C1. So those are sort of like the second functions. And you access the second functions by pressing the settings. So let's take a look at tone first, right? So be able to access other tones beyond the piano. So that's the piano. So that's the piano. If I want to access another tone, you press and hold the settings, then you're going to hear a beep. Once you hear that beep, you press the A1, and that activates the second function, which is to give, now you have access to the tone bank. And while holding settings, you come up here and you can press the plus or minus to change the sound. So now we're on piano. I'm going to press and hold settings. Then I'm going to press my A1, and then I'm going to just come up here. Let's go to number 3. Let's see what tone is at number 3. So this sounds like some form of EP, and you can use your user manual to tell you exactly what sound you're playing. So number 3 is called honky tonk piano, right? right? Now I'm going to do the same thing again. Press and hold, press A1, and I'm going to press, this time I'm going to go to, let's see what's at, let's go to church organ, 19. So I'm going to go to 19. So that's how you can change the different tones. And like I said, you have 127 different tones and sound effects, right? That's how you access the tone. Let's take a look at a different function. For example, demo. So demo is basically where they have songs that they've loaded onto the keyboard, and you can access those. So I'm going to press my settings, because again, your settings is how you access second function. Press and hold settings, and then your demo is C sharp, or actually A sharp 2. So I'm going to press here, and I'm going to press A sharp 2. I'll have my song going. So now I'm going to go to, let's see what is at song number 10. Press and hold. So that's number 10. So that's What Child Is This? And to stop, I just press settings again, and that stopped the song. So that's how you can access the different demo songs, and we have 20 different demo songs here. And again, all of this is outlined in the settings, the user manual. If we try another option, another second function, let's go to the rhythm. So according to our function key table right here, our rhythm is located on B2. So we need to press B2 to be able to access the rhythm bank. And so we press and hold settings, press B, and we have beats. Right? And you can, again, change the beat by doing the same things we've been doing before. Now, a cool thing is what you can do if you want to just restore to default is press and hold both the minus and the plus key, and then that just restore everything. So I'm back to my piano sound. So that's how you can easily restore. Let's try the chord feature. We're going to look at just one more second function features, because they all work the same way. Settings, long press, and then you press your function key that correspond with the bank you're trying to access. And then from there you can change using the plus or a minus. So the chord feature, based again on our functions key, our chord feature is located at C1. So I'm going to press settings, press C1. So now whenever I start my rhythm by just pressing settings, I can press any key here. So there we go. So that's cool, right? You just press stop, and I'm going to restore back to piano. So that's how you can use a chord feature. I'm just using a single hand, pressing the note that I want, and it generates a chord and a cool backing track. So that's how you use the compound function feature or the second function feature. And so you can go through the user manual and access all these second function: metronome, volume, transpose, LED split, drum, sustain. Now, another thing that this keyboard does really well, it has a cool Bluetooth function. And so you can use it as a speaker as well, right? So if you're listening to something on your phone, or if you want to be able to watch a movie on your phone, watch a video, but you want the volume to be louder, you don't have headphones or anything, you can use this. So for example, if you're playing along to a YouTube song or a YouTube tutorial or anything like that, and you have your phone right here with your with the holder, the sheet music holder, you can connect via Bluetooth, and so all the audio then comes out of your speaker. And if you're connected, like I am, I'm connected via the headphone slot, then it comes through your headphones. So the easiest way to do that is you want to make sure that your Bluetooth is turned on. So you don't have to do anything on the keyboard. So when I go to my Bluetooth settings, you're going to see a GZUT-music, and that's the Bluetooth for the keyboard. So I'm going to click connect. So now anything I play is going to come through. So I have one of my keyboard, one of my piano tutorial pull up right here. All right. So I can hear it coming through here. Anything you play on your keyboard, you can, anything you play on your device, the audio comes through here. You can also connect the keyboard via Bluetooth to all different types of musical apps. One of the main ones, or one of the cool ones, is with GarageBand. Now, you'll need an iPhone or an iPad to be able to use the GarageBand feature, because it only supports Apple devices, iPhones and iPad. But so that means with GarageBand, I can record directly into GarageBand via Bluetooth with my keyboard. So if I go to GarageBand, and so I have GarageBand pull up right here, and all I'm going to do now is just hit record. And then I'm going to stop. And if I go to playback, that's what I just recorded. So now, if I go to the MIDI section, so if I go to my MIDI section on GarageBand, I can see everything I record there. So it's really cool, right? And you just do all of that via Bluetooth without any additional wire. So those are the Bluetooth connection that the Longeye keyboard has, nicely built in, right? So again, this is a great keyboard. I think for the price, it's about $219 on Amazon. Really good price. So if you're buying, looking for an inexpensive board to travel with, if you do a lot of traveling and you're not able to do as much practicing because you're away from your keyboard, I think this would be a great investment because it is so light. So I mean, it's easy to store, it's easy to travel. You don't need any, it's not bulky, but then also because you can charge it and travel with it, so you don't have to worry about power. And you get 5 hours of charging, 5 hours of use out of it when it's fully charged. You can also get something like this for your child, right? For them to, if you, like my son is 4, he has something like this that he just doodles with and practice with. It's pretty sturdy and durable, so there's nothing, no knobs or anything for them to pluck off, right? So it works great for young kids as well. So that's it for the Longeye keyboard. The link in the description down below if you want to purchase this or check it out on Amazon. All right? So until then, keep listening, keep singing, keep practicing, because that is how you continue to grow as a musician. Bye for now, and have a blessed week.